evening, and welcome to the first ever podcast from the Take Me Out to the Ball Game Foundation. My name is Rich Genovese. I'm here with my partner, Matt Dowd. Our other partner, John D'Elia, couldn't be here tonight, but we're thrilled to be here, very excited to be here. We're going to do a series of podcasts for the foundation, one a month for the next 6 months. And our goal is to kind of let people know about the foundation, things that we do, groups that we help, and how you can get involved. A little bit of history about the foundation. My wife, Lenore, and I started it back in 2007. We didn't really know what we wanted to do. We knew that we wanted to give back to the community in some fashion. So we went out and we got a pretty cool name, Take Me Out to the Ball Game Foundation. We put a few dollars in the bank, and we didn't really know what to do after that. So we partnered up with Yes Community Services, and we had a Christmas party for about 50 kids at Dave & Buster's, and we thought that was great. What we learned were that the kids at the party came in during the breaks for playing games and started putting food in their backpacks. So we kind of realized that we had a pretty good concept, but we weren't getting to the root cause of the problem. So we focused much of our attention to food pantries, replenishing food pantries on Long Island. We started with one food pantry in 2007. Matter of fact, Matt and I were talking about this earlier. That food pantry for Thanksgiving, we delivered 5 turkeys from the trunk of my car. Today, we have 11 food pantries, and Matt will walk you through the pantries he works with, but we have 11 today. We replenish those food pantries 3 to 4 times a year. And as you know, with the economy and the needs growing and less money coming in from federal and state programs, it's an inexpensive proposition, and we don't like to say no to anybody. So I want to introduce Matt, let him introduce himself, and then we'll jump back in and talk a little bit about the team, our goal, our vision, our mission. So Matt, why don't you say hello?
Thank you, Rich. I'm very proud to be part of this organization. You mentioned John before, who couldn't be here with us tonight. And it's very gratifying to do this with Rich and the rest of the group. You mentioned about the needs in the food pantries in particular. It's not getting better. It's actually getting worse as the economy, it's a tough economy. Grants have been cut in the government. So it's very gratifying, and it's very essential work that we're doing.
Yeah, we're trying to make a difference, right? We think we are. Our mission statement says making a difference one child at a time. But we don't get to do anything without 2 conduits of support. First is your generous donations and all the people that have helped us over the years. And we'll give you an opportunity to make a donation later on today. We'll tell you how to do that. But second, we have an incredible team of support people.
We do.
We can't do anything without this team. We have myself, John, and Matt, but we also have just an incredible bunch of people helping us out. We have Maura Kirby, Eileen Minogue, Suzanne Doherty, and my wife, Lenore Genovese, who really provide the support of all of our fundraising efforts, right?
Absolutely.
They keep us in line. They keep us kind of
That's a big task.
tied to a schedule, and they really kind of help us set direction. And I can tell you that we wouldn't be doing what we're doing without them. We also have all the guys we grew up with: Frank DiGregorio, Billy Carroll, Marty Voigt, Jimmy McCabe, Tom Daly. Am I leaving anybody out? They're all the boys?
I think that's it.
And really, the beauty of having all your high school and childhood friends is that it's a mechanism to keep us together, right?
It is.
It is. Whatever we do together. We always tie it into food somehow, which is kind of fun. But everything we do, I can probably tell you, in the 19 years we've had the foundation, I don't think we've ever asked anybody for something and they said, no, I can't do that. It's volunteers, right? We're a nonprofit foundation. Everybody gives their time so graciously and enables us to do the things that we're doing. So let's kind of talk about what we do, what we're about. Like as mentioned earlier, we have 10 food pantries. Matt, why don't you talk about your pantries, what you do, and then we'll kind of come back.
Well, I live out on the middle of the island. We all grew up in Massapequa, but I moved into Holbrook. So the 2 pantries I deal with are in Patchogue. The first one is the Angels of Long Island. That's a community outreach organization that helps people in a multitude of ways and different types of people that are dealing with domestic abuse, people that have lost jobs, people that have had many problems that they can't provide for their families. The Angels of Long Island really are angels in a big way, and the way that they step in and help these people. No judgment, just whatever they need, whenever they need it. And we're very glad to be part of that. They do baby pantries, back to school drives, clothing drives. We work with them in a lot of different aspects of their mission. It's a family that actually runs it. Debbie Loesch is the founder of that organization and the chairperson, and her two right-hand people, or two of her three right-hand people are her mother and her daughter. So it's a great group of people. The second pantry that I deal with, and it's mostly at the food pantry, is St. Paul's Episcopal Church, which is couple of stones throws from the Angels of Long Island. They serve a tremendous population in Suffolk County. And again, the need is great. The need is not diminishing despite our efforts and the efforts of other organizations that support them. So it's very gratifying to do this. Important work, and we keep the train moving.
You know, Matt also deals with a different component. He deals with a lot of the single moms, so their needs are milk, baby milk, diapers, all the things around for little kids too, right?
There is, and there's an enormous need for that. And then those of you that have children or grandchildren, if you know the price of diapers, the price of formula, I mean, it's just off the wall today. If you're not in a good financial position to be able to handle this on your own, you're just not going to be able to do it.
It's, you know, one of the things that we've learned, all coming from pretty good families, good background, very blessed where we are in our lives, to comprehend in Long Island people going to bed hungry is really hard, especially coming from an Italian family where it's mandatory to eat even if you're not hungry, right? So it's and the guys that have been to my house growing up know there was always food, and even if you needed more on it. But you know, the groups that we help really are. There is this reciprocity. So, like, give an example. We work with Lehigh Catholic High School in Long Island. We donate to all the events they have for fundraising, and they help us by donating pre-packed meals. Right, we pick up the pre-packed meals. We deliver those. We work with Carol at the CYO, who is extremely generous with her time. They do food drives for us, so that helps us take less money that we raise, and we use the food that she collects. And we deliver that. We load Matt's car up, John's car, Tom, all the guys, and we deliver it to all the pantries that we cover. So that's a great savings for us going forward. We work with organizations like Yes Community Counseling, where we provide tickets to Adventureland and Long Island Ducks games so that they can kind of build that family fabric that they don't really have. Many of the families we deal with are single families, would you say, right?
Yes, they are.
Single parent families, I'm sorry. So we try to get activities that will kind of build that fabric of the family together. And then we do an incredible program in the fall where we all get together. And why don't you tell the guys when we go to Costco for the shopping?
Well, we do a winter coat drive in Costco, basically, I guess, the beginning of October. 4 or 5 of us are there, all with big Costco wagons. People look at us like we're nuts.
It's fun. It really is.
It takes us probably half an hour to check out. We clog up a lot of aisles, but very, very important thing, because many of these people to afford a winter coat, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And much of it goes to young children, maybe teenagers, young teenagers, a little bit for adults, but not as much. Some. But a very important thing, because, as you say, something that we kind of take for granted, people are just not able to provide for themselves or their families, and this is one less burden that we can take off their shoulders.
It's interesting because you probably have right now, anybody that's listening, 10 or 15 coats in your closet you don't even wear anymore. And some people come to us and say, do you have any coats? So, you know, we do other things too that are really kind of exciting. We do a McDonald's gift card program where we buy $5 gift cards, and if anybody from McDonald's ever listens, you want to donate, we'd love that. We give out the gift cards to the pantries. That provides a hot meal, egg McMuffin and a cup of coffee. It's something that helps. We also work with Yes Community Counseling, and we provide a Christmas party for about 100 people every December. All the guys in the team, we serve the food. Tom Daly is our Santa Claus. He's a great Santa Claus, actually. And we have all the food catered by Sequa Deli here in Massapequa. And the kids come with their families or their moms or dads. They get to eat. We have Christmas music. And then in the back, we have probably $2,000 to $3,000 of unwrapped toys, and they can take whatever they want, right, Matt?
Yeah, it's a very heartwarming day, especially at the start of the holiday season.
Absolutely.
And it does make you very grateful for what you and your families have.
Yeah, I mean, to see people that come in and, that might be their only hot meal of the day, very grounding. We also work with a gentleman named Joe Canosa, who's been extremely generous to us. Joe's been with us since day one. He donates all the turkeys and all the hams that we give away for Thanksgiving and Easter. And to put it in perspective, this year, we probably gave away combined close to 1,000 turkeys and hams. When I mentioned earlier, we gave 5 of them out of the trunk of my car. We now give them out of a trailer that meets in the Seaford train station. And all the guys I mentioned earlier, Frankie D, Johnny, Tom, Billy, Matt, Scooter, all the guys come there and load their cars up and take them out to their pantries. And I will tell you that as gratifying as that is, if we had 1,000 turkeys, we would need 1,001 because there's always going to be that need. I mean, I know you've seen that, right?
No question. I was at St. Paul's a couple of years ago, and we had a good load of turkeys, very generously donated. And when I got there, I thought, wow, well, this will be a tremendous thing for this organization. Well, it made a dent in what they had at St. Paul's, but that's about what it was, a dent.
Yeah, and it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? We know that we're making a difference, although on a small scale, we're strictly really a grassroots organization,
We are.
right? And we see what the impact that we make. But when someone comes into a pantry that we're loading the shelves up, and they're dressed like you and I, they're not destitute, they don't look like who you would think would come into a pantry, and they say, "Look, I need food for my family because I have to make a choice this month. I have to either pay my mortgage or buy food." I defy you to not walk out of there and either be emotionally impacted or say, I want to make a donation. So I feel very, very lucky that we get to do that. So let's talk to you a little bit about the events that we do to raise money. You want to walk through the bowling event, Matt, and I'll take some other ones?
You do the bowling.
Okay, I'll do bowling. Okay. So we do a bowling event. We've been very blessed that from year one, we've been sold out. We rent out Bowmore Lanes up in Melville on Route 110. And the beauty of the event is it's an inexpensive day. We haven't raised our prices
We have not.
since the beginning. You don't need a babysitter. You can bring your kids. We love when the kids come. You get to bowl for 3 hours. You get free pizza, free soda, free shoes, free bowl, incredible raffle items. The girls I mentioned earlier, Lenore, Eileen, Suzanne, and Maura, make these beautiful baskets that are just that's really where we get most of our money from, of the baskets and the raffle prizes. And it's a great day out. It's a family day out. We sell out the entire alley. We have VIP lanes. And it's 3 hours of just casual fun, a couple of beers here and there, some free soda, great prizes. But really, it's almost like a reunion because everybody there is our core group, right?
It is. And a lot of times it's people we just see once or twice a year at these events.
Yeah.
Usually when we have it, the NCAA tournament is on in the background. So we've got a lot of people who think they can coach in the NCAA tournament. So we have a lot of that back and forth going on.
Yeah.
It's a very good way to catch up with guys.
Yeah, and it's a very inexpensive day out, especially, the beauty of the event now is we're seeing our kids bringing their kids, which is, I'm not there yet. I'm close. Hopefully I'm close, but now they come with their kids, and it's become like a family activity. So we're very proud of that and very happy for that. And then we have our second event that we do as a fundraiser. We have a couple more. We'll talk about those, but we do an event called Christmas in July. You want to take that one? Or?
Sure. Christmas in July is held at Mulcahy's, and I guess we want to thank, before we get too into it, Tim Murray, John Murray, who have been great partners to us. Can't say enough about them. Megan as well, who runs the events. They've been so generous, generous to a fault, actually. And the event, the theme is Christmas in July. So it happens in July on a Thursday night, and we'll talk about the specifics later. But it's a Christmas theme. Christmas is the season of giving thanks, and that's what this event is for. Has a sports theme to it at times. Sometimes we have former Yankee or Met players. The ladies that we talked about, Maura, Eileen, Suzanne, do a great job with the raffles. The basket raffles are just absolutely enormous what they run. We usually have barbecue, burgers, dogs, chicken, all of that from our good friend Joe Canosa, who's also been super generous with us. It's an event that also has, Mulcahy's is known for its music. and the music there doesn't disappoint.
Nope.
And it is just an awesome event to be part of. We welcome everyone. It's open to whether you're a sports person or not. There's a lot of ways that you can help us do what we do. And it's a good way to meet people, kick back, have a lot of fun. It's done on a Thursday night. I think it's going to be July 30th this year, if memory serves. And it's a pretty awesome night, if we do say so. The raffles are great. We have live auction. Usually have some sports or radio celebrity actually do the MC of that. We also have silent auction items as well. So it's very gratifying event. Rich probably needs a couple of days off after it because there's so much work involved and so forth. But we've done this event. We lost 2 years in COVID, but we started it in 2018. So this will be like our 8th event, I think.
Yeah.
And it's just an awesome event all the way around.
You know, the beauty of the event is we average about 300 people.
About that.
About 300 people. And, you know, our foundation is nonprofit. There's no cost. There's no admin cost. No one gets a salary. If we're short money, the guys, without even asking, kick in, which we had to do during COVID. But this event, and Matt hit the nail on the head, the Murray family, John and Tim, have been so generous to us. They cook the food that Joe donates for us. We have Christmas-themed music. We have Santa Claus. We have candy canes. We have a 50-50. You get free popcorn and free Italian ices. Shameless plug, the Italian ices are courtesy of Rocket Italian Ices, which is a small family business out of Joe's Beach. So my brother John and Chris run that. So we try to make that event open to the public and get people in to hear about the foundation and learn about what we try to do. It's a fun night out. Matt's correct. There's a lot of people who do a lot of work on that event. But that's a big event for us because that fuels us for the rest of the year to kind of be able to fill the pantries as many times as we like. So on an average, just if you do rough math and you had 10 pantries, we fill them 4 times a year. That's 40 times about $500 per fill. That's $20,000 right there. That doesn't include the clothing. Matt talked about that. We buy the McDonald's gift card program, the Christmas party,
Back to school.
The Ducks games, the Adventureland. So every penny that we get goes out to help people, and it's very rewarding. And the cool thing about Christmas in July is that we've seen a lot of variations since we started. We've had professional athletes come down.
Yeah.
We've had WFAN MCs come down and help us out. This year we have Joe Rock from WBAB. He'll be down there. So we'll talk more about that at the end on how you can help and how you can be involved with that event. A couple other things I want to mention, and Matt, feel free to jump in. We do a couple other small events, but really for some very generous people. The family at Sequa Deli, Sean Spates and his dad and his whole family, they do a golf outing every June, and they donate the proceeds to our foundation, which is extremely generous. First of all, if you've been to the deli, it's probably the best deli you'll ever go to. The food is just tremendous, and the family is so generous. They're so generous that they came to us on their own and said, we're looking for a charity. We heard about what you guys do. We'd like to donate the proceeds from our golf outing. Now, I don't know how much more grassroots and generous you can be than that, but that's what they did. And it's just very heartwarming what they've done. And then we work with a gentleman named Steve Mazzilli, who owns the Gotham Comedy Club in Manhattan. So on October 7th this year, and you'll hear about this each month that we're together, on October 7th, what Steve does is he has this regular comedy night. The club is packed. It's always filled. He has 5 to 7 different comedians, a local comedian, Pat O'Rourke, who's a very funny young guy and a very generous guy also. And then what Steve does is he donates the door. And then during the night, we auction off some raffle items. And then while you're at your table, you can do a code on the table tent and make a donation. And I would say probably each year that we've done this, we've probably raised about $6,000 or $7,000 each time we've done it. So it's very, very generous. And then at the end of the year, what we do is we have a Christmas party for probably 30 couples of the people who've been with us from day one, who are so generous, who are always there to say yes, who are always writing checks without us even asking. And we have a little party at Mulcahy's in their VIP room. And if you're looking for a private event or a party at Mulcahy's, is the place to go, because the food, the service, the atmosphere is so conducive to wanting to give that it's just a great place for us to be. So, I leave anything out for as far as events that we're doing?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. So we're trying to, and we try to space them out. Bowling is always in March. Christmas in July is always in July. The golf outings in June. The comedy shows in October. The Christmas parties, Christmas. So we think that we've got it spaced out where we're not constantly asking people for money. And probably one of the nicest things is that we do get people who mail checks to us throughout the year. Just want
Yes.
to make a donation.
Yes.
And we'll tell you how to do that when we get done. I want to spend some time and just talk about the actual mechanics of Christmas in July, because we're going to talk today and in July about the actual event. We need people to come down. Anybody that when you hear this podcast, send it to your friends. Come on down. It's July 30th at Mulcahy's in Wantua. Next time that we speak, on this beautiful screen behind us that Bobby has set up, you'll see the actual flyer for the event. It's only $50 at the door. All you can eat hot dogs, hamburgers, and chicken. Like Matt said, incredible raffle prizes, live auction. You can bid on tickets to Harry Styles, Yankees. We even broke down this year, even though the whole committee of Yankee fans, we have Met tickets this year. Tickets to
Are you
see.
sure about that?
Yeah, we got some tickets from the Mets this year. Knicks tickets, Jets tickets, Rangers tickets, Giants tickets, signed memorabilia, plus incredible raffle items. You can win a bike. You can win baskets of liquor, lottery tickets, golf bags, just everything from A to Z that really touches all age groups. And, tell a friend, come on down, check us out, see what we're about. You'll probably see us you'll hear us on WBAB for sure. You might see us on News 12. We're trying to get them down the day before, but we're really working hard to get this event to be able to get closer to 400 people. And I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but Joe Canosa donates all the food for this event, which is a lot of food. And I kind of think that if we get these two events to maintain where they are or even grow, and then supplement that with some grants that we're working on, we can continue not only to make a difference, but I don't think we've ever said no to any food pantry, right, Matt?
We have not.
Right? We get calls all the time. People will come to our events and see what we do and say, my buddy runs a food pantry. Can you help us? And you, me, and John sit down. We never say no, right?
We don't. We don't.
So here's how it works. We have a website, takemeouttotheballgamefoundation.org. You can go to the website and see what we're all about, see all the people I mentioned earlier. There's a bio on each person, what they do, how they contribute, and kind of their history with the organization. You'll see things that we've done in the past, groups that we support. Going forward from today, we'll have people call in or be here in person and talk about what they do, what we do for them and how they help us. Each week we might have two people on to kind of keep the segment fresh and live, but feel free to go on. You can make a donation via PenPal or by PayPal or Venmo. Take me out to the ballgamefoundation.org. Go on there, navigate around, see what we're all about, see what the things that we're doing, who we're helping. And we're going to keep talking about this once a month. We're going to do a podcast. Bobby's been great to work with. He's helping us out so much. If you know anybody that wants to get into podcasts, we'll get Bobby's contact info to reach out, because he's done a great job with us and other podcasts that I've been involved in here. But we really want to get that event to be big, and we'll talk each month about it. And after that event, we'll keep talking about things we have coming up and how we want to keep helping the community and things that you can do to help us also. So I'm going to turn over to Matt for some last comments, and want to thank everybody for listening tonight. We're going to share this content via our website and via Bobby's social media, and get people to hear about what we're all about. We think we're doing good work. We want you to think the same way and feel the same way. So I'm going to give it to Matt to kind of close up some closing comments. And
Well, it's been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to be with Rich and work with him and everybody else on the foundation. We feel very drawn to this, which is why we spend the time and the effort on doing it, because the need is there. And we're very excited about the Mulcahy's event in July. We're excited about everything, and we hope to see you at Mulcahy's in July. please go to our website, check us out, and find out what makes us tick. And if any of you that are watching this have an organization or a food pantry or something that we're not aware of, make us aware of it, and we'll do what we can to help you out.
That's a great point. If you know somebody in need, we don't say no. We hope you enjoyed this is our first time we've ever done this.
It is.
So hopefully it wasn't too painful and it was good. If you like it, forward it to somebody, email it to a friend, share it with a friend, let people know what we're doing.
Even if you don't like it,
If you don't
do
like
it
it,
anyway.
do it anyway. And I'll tell you one thing, and when you come to one of our events, whether it's the bowling event, Christmas party, Christmas in July, when you get wrapped up in the environment and when you start to feel what we're doing, you will leave that event wanting to do more. And that's kind of the juice for us, because every time we do this and we know how much work it is, and it's fun work. It's I know that might be a tough way to put it together, but it's so gratifying. And then we have people who volunteer to help us that when they leave the event that night say, I want to be back next year and help out. So spread the word, tell people about us, take me out to the ballgamefoundation.org. On behalf of Matt Dowd, John Delia, and myself, thank you for listening to us tonight, and hope you have a great night, and go Knicks. Thank you very much.
Thank you.